guys, it's Caleb here, and welcome to the vid. This vid will be a little different because opposed to unboxing and reviewing a Nerf gun, I am unboxing and reviewing a BuzzBee gun. A little background information about BuzzBee. BuzzBee is a knockoff Nerf brand. It's like Nerf, except they use different darts, but it's pretty much the exact same, but Nerf is just better quality in my opinion. And so, when I saw this blaster, I was surprised. It didn't look too bad, and its gimmick, which is, I'll get to it, but it's like this flashlight thing, actually looked kind of cool. And so I decided to get it, and now you guys, may want to decide to get one too after watching my vid. The gimmick is, this light thing. And this light thing is like a flashlight. It's a scope. And so you can, it's called the Night Tech because you can see in the night. And it is a pretty powerful flashlight. Moving on, as you can see, there's 4 darts, a guy playing with the BuzzBee Night Tech, and on the back, there is instructions on how to load and fire the blaster. Out of the box, we get the blaster and a bunch of really cheap darts. Okay, so this blaster is really cool. To put up the scope, all you have to do is press this button and then it pops up, and it actually is a really cool scope. And to put the scope back in after you pop it up, you just gotta go and slam it back into place. As you can see, this is the scope vision, and if we turn on the light, it looks really cool. And now that we have our scope, we can finally fire our blaster. And so to fire it, you have to prime back and then make sure a dart, man, all these darts are so cheap, they're stuck together. Make sure a dart is in, stick it in there, and then you can uh-oh. What does that mean? So as you just saw, I tried to fire it. Let's do this again. Oh wow, that is, hey! Wow, that's weird. It seems like it's not rotating. It doesn't rotate. I'm not very surprised. But it seems to change. It seems to change every time it shoots everywhere. So that's really strange. As you just saw from part 1 of me just trying to shoot this thing, it has a very heavy prime, and it's very hard to prime. And if we put in a dart, and so here's an elite dart that works. That's really powerful. As you can see, my face is really red because that is just so hard to prime. And so hopefully that crazy power actually shows in the firing test. And so as we move on to the firing test, let's test it out. For the firing test, I will be using standard elite darts opposed to the darts that it comes with, because elite darts, they're just more easy to tell because you never know with other darts. Flat shots. Angled shots. Shot this gun from right here, and all of the darts landed about right here. After the firing test, you could see that this gun gets incredible performance. Okay, so now here's my take on this blaster. You see, I don't like the fact that it is such a heavy prime, because you think with a prime like that, it would get like ranges of modified ranges, but it only gets standard ranges, so that's disappointing. I also don't like how this blaster does not have a rotating cylinder. Opposed to that, there's a thing that directs the airflow, so every time you pump it, it turns which way the air is going to go, but then it does not always work. And since it's such a heavy prime, sometimes you don't prime it all the way, and so you can't fire it, but then it still turns it. And so if you say like, okay, it's gonna go right now, it's right here, and so I'm gonna say, okay, I'm predicting, so I prime it. You see, that worked. But then if I were to do that, but then I don't fully do it, like, uh-oh, and then try it again, it won't work, because the way that it directs the airflow goes first, but then when you prime it, it goes second. But let's stop talking about the bad stuff. What's the great things about this blaster? I think this blaster is really cool because of the pop-up scope. It is it's a nice gimmick, it's a nice change, and especially with the light, it really makes you think you're going in the dark. Or that's what they want you to think. But speaking of the light is really, really powerful, and I'm surprised. It's if it gets shown in your eyes, that will hurt. But it is good for lighting up the night. And so I love that aspect of this blaster. Even though I do not like how hard it is to prime it, I like how short you do have to prime it. Short and sweet, and it still packs a punch. The ranges, even though they don't get modified ranges as I thought they would, they do get standard elite ranges, and that is really good for a non-Nerf blaster, because non-Nerf blasters like Buzzbee, who makes this, usually don't get great ranges, but I'm very impressed how well this blaster performed. With all that being said and done, my final say for this blaster is I think you should get it. I think the Strong Arm or Disruptor are much better, but then I think that this is a really nice change from all the Nerf, and it's much, much cheaper. This was $12. $12 is crazy. And so I thank you guys for watching the video, and as always, I will see you guys next time.